Now we head down the second back straight. I nearly ran into the back of him at the end of that first one with his lockup. We pull to the outside. We take the esports line. There's another lockup. Protect him! No! SLR Turbo 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. And guys, we are back for the F2 2020 championship here on Turbo Fox Racers, my self-created F2 2020 calendar with 15 rounds, meaning a total of 30 races to keep you entertained. Guys, if you guys haven't checked out the previous round where we were in Vietnam. Sorry, I had a little bit of a brain fart there. Please go check them out. Fantastic sprint and feature race. The sprint being better than the feature race, but both are absolutely spectacular. We now head towards Abu Dhabi for round number 3, usually the end of the season. I also think that Alex Jakes makes that mistake in the race preview, so I'm just warning you guys, he's going to say it's the end of the season, blah, blah, blah. It's not. We've still got 12 rounds to go after this. Guys, so please, before we do anything else, if you're happy to view these videos, and by the way, the support you guys have been giving me for these videos have been amazing. Thank you so much. Make sure to drop a like down below on the video. It's only going to take you a nifty 2 seconds. And also make sure to go check out those links in the description down below. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Now, guys, heading into this weekend, you guys can see, obviously F2 only has one practice session, and I pushed hard in practice, and unfortunately this is how I ended practice, but it's not the end of the world. I still managed to do what I wanted to do in practice, and I was still very satisfied with my practice results. So now let's head straight to qualifying. In the garage, ready for the F2 qualifying. And guys, I have to say, the only thing I did was I increased my front wing a bit because I felt that the front wasn't biting as much as I would have wanted it to. Very stable rear end for this weekend, but that little tweak on the front is exactly what I think I need. Now we head towards qualifying, and for once in a while, I'm going to commentate a full lap. So let's go. The lights go green for our one-shot quali here in Abu Dhabi. Into the first corner, which is a 90-degree left-hander. Mount the curb on the outside. It shoves you to the inside, but keep the car planted through. Put the power down literally halfway through the corner and trust that the car won't oversteer. Into this left-right S section. In the F1 cars, you take them flat out. Not so much in the F2 cars, but make sure you carry the most amount of speed through there as possible. Into this downhill left-right chicane. Mount the curbs on both insides as aggressively as possible. Into the very famous Yas hairpin, very slow corner, but try and get the power down as early as possible on your way out. Up through the gears all the way into 6th as we open up DRS now as we head down the first of the 2 back straights. It's a very long one here in Abu Dhabi, which is supposed to promote overtaking, but as recent times in Formula 1 shows, not the best place to overtake. But in F2, it's going to be a completely different story. Hard braking zone into a left-right chicane. Mount that second part of the chicane very aggressively on the inside. Open up DRS for the second back straight as we once again go all the way up into 6th gear in these F2 cars. Hug the inside of the track to gain the most amount of time. Brake very late into this next triple chicane. Mount the curb on the outside. Then you go inside, inside, inside. Make sure not to corner cut there. It's very easy to do that. Into a 90-degree left-hander. Now we plant the power as we head into this very twisty, weird section. It's a double right-hander into an immediate 90-degree right-hander. As we now go under the beautiful Yas Hotel, as Super Booster would say, the lucky house. Now we go under the Yas Hotel into a double left-hander. As we now head into the final 2 corners of the racetrack. It's 2 right-handers, first one being a very quick one, second one being very slow. Mount the curb on the inside and on the outside. Esports line into the final one. We come through to the final corner and we are going to be in P.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top 3 are
Matsushita,
Tictum and Jack Aitken. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the feature race tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. It's race day for our young drivers here in the United Arab Emirates, where the Yas Marina circuit is about to play host to the Abu Dhabi Formula 2 race. Let's get started. So the Yas Marina circuit offers 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in two places, turns 8 and 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and plenty of excitement for the fans, no doubt. I'm sitting here, quite emotional, next to my friend Davide Valsecchi. Here we are at the end of the F2 calendar, and the atmosphere is electric. I have no doubt that the drivers will be giving it everything they have out there today. I can't wait to get underway.
Hey Alex, you are absolutely right. It's a very special place. This is a track like no other. An event like no other. A jewel in the crown of Formula 2. It's perfect. I think we are in for a fantastic racing event here.
Here are the starting positions for today's race. Nobuharu Matsushita lines up on pole position, with Daniel Ticktum alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Aitken, Dragovic, Robert Schwartzman, and Lundgaard, Alesi, Piquet, Eilert, Marcus Armstrong, Markelot, Schumacher, Marino Sato, and Mazepin, Sonoda, Joe, Delatraz, and Roy Nissany, Giotto, and Jehan Daruvala, Samaya, and Sean Galeal completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Jeff, my idea is not to let you down. Guys, heading straight towards the race director. You guys can see our strategy actually suggests that we start on the soft tires and later on go onto the super softs, while the rest of the grid is on super softs going to softs. So I'm actually going to stick with what my team thinks is the best, and we're going to take it from here and see what happens. We're going to be on the back foot for the first 6-7 laps, but that is okay. You guys know the drill. Jam with me on the formation lap. Oh yeah. Some beautiful shots of these F2 cars as we did our formation lap around Yas Marina, but it's time to race. 5 red lights and it's go for the F2 feature race. We're on pole position alongside Dan Ticktum, as well as Jack Aitken and Ticktum get a fantastic start off the line. We are now almost side by side with our teammate heading into T1. Once again, guys, these F2 cars are extremely hard to launch against 110 AI, well, against any AI. The turbo lag really is a hard thing to get control of, but we managed to squeeze out our teammate and maintain P3. We are hounding Jack Aitken already. And guys, one thing that I have to say, the grip difference between the softs and the super softs are not a massive amount. I really thought that there would be a much bigger grip difference, but when both tires are new, the grip difference is not as large as you would suspect. But now we head here side by side between Robert Schwartzman and I think it's Christian Lundgaard. Side by side as we head down the back straight. It's either Christian Lundgaard or Marcus Armstrong. side by side, down the back straight. Tictum has got a beautiful lead already from myself in P2, Jack Aitken P4. Felipe Dragovic, my teammate, is in P4. Jack Aitken P3, sorry. My teammate P4. Then you've got Lungard in P5, fighting with Robert Schwartzman in P6, who now actually takes P5 from Lungard, and it is Christian Lungard. Schwartzman moves up into P5, with Lungard now down to P6. And for those of you guys viewing F2 for the first time, remember for the next race, the sprint race, which we'll be posting tomorrow, by the way, the top 8 will be reversed as they finish the feature race. So how the top 8 finish in this race, for the sprint race, they will be reversed, and the other drivers will just, where they end, they will start the sprint race. So from P9 to P22, that's where they will start, depending on where they finish. But now you guys can see we head back to the dams of Dan Tictum, and he is now going underneath the Yas Hotel for the first time. For those of you guys that don't know, I run a 100% feature race, 100% sprint race, 110 AI. This is probably one of the, I wouldn't say the most fun, but it's definitely up there with the 2 career modes of F1 that I do, about how fun this is. I enjoy these F2 cars so much. But now you guys can see we're ahead in the first lap, and you guys can see I'm actually breaking away from Aitken and starting to catch Tictum. So like I said at the beginning of the race, guys, literally the grip difference at the beginning when both tires are new are not really that big. Holy moly. How did Samaya get a launch like that? Okay, and he ruins it almost immediately by running into the back of, I do not know who there. I think it might be Nikita Mazepin. But he absolutely bolted away. Look on the inside here from Jane Deruvala's point of view. Samaya just absolutely drag car type of launch to that F2 car. It was like as if he had drag radials at the back of that car. That was insane. And also Deruvala just runs into the back of Guan Yu Zhou and absolutely disintegrates his front wing. But now these two, at the end of lap 1, their race is basically already over unless we get a safety car. But Jane Deruvala and, guys, I can't pronounce Samaya's first name, so I'm just going to say Samaya and Deruvala. But they are both into the pit lane to strap on, and News said, well, actually Samaya is going on to super softs, Deruvala is going on to softs, but it doesn't matter, guys. They are going to be so far behind due to the F2 pit stops already being longer than F1 pit stops, and now they have to replace the front wing as well. These two guys, their race is unfortunately over. But Deruvala comes out behind Samaya, but those two are going to be able to chase each other for the end of the race to fight for the wooden spoon. P20 and 22 and P21, that's just sad. But now you guys can see, we jump back on board to my POV, as Tictum is really struggling on these super soft tires, guys. He has been locking up consistently throughout these first few laps, and that's when I realized I really had the pace to regain the lead here. Now we head down the second back straight. I nearly ran into the back of him at the end of that first one with his lockup. We pull to the outside, we take the esports line, there's another lockup from Tictum. No, Tictum hit me. I think I broke my front wing. Tictum hit me due to having another lockup. Tictum really isn't liking these super soft tires. You guys, look, yep, my front wing is broken. The front wing is broken, thanks to Dan Tictum. We will have a replay in just a second, guys, but let's go side by side between myself and Tictum. And guys, I am absolutely infuriated now. I realize you can't always help a lockup, but why did he brake so late that basically almost both his tires locked up? You're not going to turn, and where else was I supposed to go? I couldn't go anywhere. I had to make the corner, and man, I couldn't see it because I was literally alongside him. Yes, guys, look at that. Left front side of our front wing is orange and the right front is yellow. Dan Tictum has just ruined my race. There's only 5 laps in. It's literally lap 5. We just started lap 5, so I had 4 laps of racing on these tires. Guys, I'm going to 2-stop now because I'm going to have to go into a second set of softs and then end the race on the super softs and hope that I am not in P20 just ahead of Samaya and Deruvala. Oh, this is the longest pit stop. Why? It's not 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, 16 seconds, 16.8 seconds. So basically 17 seconds. Great. Just freaking great. Fantastic.
Into those tires.
Oh, well, at least we've got this beautiful pit lane exit to appreciate because this is still the coolest pit lane exit of any exit on the F1 calendar. But guys, now basically we're going to have to do quali laps until the end of the race if we don't want to end up in P20. But guys, let's have a replay now, find out what happened here. We are on board with Dan Tictum. And as you guys can see, I go to the inside, he blocks off the inside, well, covers off the inside, and I go to the outside. But we were so far apart due to me taking the esports line, I didn't realize that he locked up, and he just hit me. And because of that, this, I understand, was a little bit sketchy to go for the inside move there, but I was so mad, I literally just wanted to squeeze him off the track. Obviously, I didn't. I decided against it. But here we went side by side through this section, and there I don't know why he backed off. Look at that! He backs off and comes back for the move. That is a little bit sketchy driving from Daniel Ticktum. I do not appreciate that. That was extremely sketchy. Guys, this is from my front wing POV looking to the left-hand side. You can see Ticktum hits the brakes around about, yes, now. Look, he locks his right front, and the left front is still turning. So he didn't actually lock up the left. No, there he did. For that last little bit of, that last split second of the braking zone, he locked up left front as well. So he couldn't make the corner. And yes, you can say that I turned in a bit too early, but I still left him more than enough room on the outside, and he just literally went straight as I was busy turning in. So we are not winning the feature race, I can tell you guys that. We will be lucky if we get a point. And I mean, basically what I need now is a safety car. So for the rest of this race, guys, we are going to look at the AI battling each other. I can't believe it. After a track that you guys know already, I do not run well at. I qualify on pole position, and this is what awaits me. Oh, yeah. We're going to have to focus on our redemption in the sprint race, because there's no point in racing too hard in the feature race. There's literally no point. But guys, we come across the line. We already have the fastest lap of the race. We come across the line to end lap 7.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
We set another fastest lap, and at the end of lap 8, not a fastest lap, but guys, we are zooming. Like literally, we are taking seconds out of Giotto ahead of us. I think we literally took out a second a lap on him. So it's really going well at this stage. And like I said, I had to do quali laps. There was no other way. If I wanted to salvage anything from this race, I had to. I just had to get quali laps in every single lap. Be as fast as possible. We now look at, this is the key to Mazepin making a move on Roy Nissany. I do not know for which position, but the what's that? That's not the Charus, that's the I almost said HP. It is the, oh, look at Yuki Tsunoda trying to go make a move on these two, but it is the high-tech. And what is the car that Sato and Nissany are driving? I honestly can't remember. That's sad. That's honestly sad, but not the point. Nissany and Mazepin are side by side heading through this next section, and there we go. Well, it's either Nissany or Sato, but I really think that was Roy Nissany. We now jump on board with Yuki Tsunoda just the very next lap. As you guys can see, Mazepin is pulling away, and here we have Tsunoda trying to make the move on Nissany, but he does a much better job than Mazepin, and that is Tsunoda up a position. We now take a look at Dan Ticktum, guys, and this is the end of lap 10 as these guys are now starting to make their pit stops. So it is Ticktum, Aitken, my teammate Dragovic, who's now in P3, so MP Motorsport will still have a podium. Callum Eilert stays out to try and go for the overcut due to these tires being a little bit hard to heat up. Then you've got Schwartzman in, you've got Lundgaard in, you've got Markelov in. Oh no, that's Alesi. That is Giuliano Alesi in the pink BWT HWA race lab car. I did not say. What's the team? I almost said Racing Point. What was the team last year? I remember now that they are Race Lab. They are no longer. Oh my word! Why can't I remember the F2 teams today? That is, okay guys, I've clearly had a big brain fart when I woke up this morning, not the point. We head towards the end of the next lap where Callum Eilert is in for Univirtuosi, the teammate of Guan Yu Zhou, and all these other drivers are in as well. We will see where these guys re-emerge now. Here goes Eilert. He's a little bit held up by Mick Schumacher there in the Prema, but nothing too bad. Here comes Eilert, the actual 2020 F2 championship rivals, Eilert and Schumacher. There goes Ticktum, Aitken, Dragovic. So Eilert hasn't gained too much, but I think he did gain a little bit going for the overcut. But now he's going to need at least half a lap to actually warm up his tires. Now guys, we jump on board with Marina Sato, and he has now caught up to his teammate, Roy Nissany, who was fighting earlier with Mazepin and Tsunoda. So here we go, Sato around the outside of Nissany. Oh, there's a little bit of a lockup for Nissany heading into the corner. Don't do the same that Ticktum did to me, Nissany, please. There we go, through the corner. Nissany gets a beautiful exit, but now Sato, as well as Sean Gallale, are going to have the DRS and the slipstream on Nisani, and here we go, Sato around the outside. He doesn't take the esports line like myself, but he hangs it around the outside to have the inside for the middle part of the trip chicane, outside for the third part. Nisani's nose is still in there, but he can't manage to keep the position, and that is Marina Sato up a position. Is it that the son of Takuma Sato? I'm actually not sure. I'm going to go Google that because that would actually be cool. I know Giuliano Alesi is the son of the great Alesi. So, yeah, but let's see. Now, there's actually myself going up the inside of my teammate. And you guys can see I'm still pretty salty. Obviously, these guys have pitted now. And I'm yet to still make my second pit stop. And as you guys can see, the tires are still looking good. I can actually fight. We have an insane battle with our teammate Felipe Dragovic here. I honestly don't know why he just didn't let me go, because I was quicker. Just let me go so I can chase after Aitken and Tictum. But guys, it's just for pride. I'm only chasing Aitken and especially Tictum just for pride, to show them that I had the pace to win this race. But yeah, that is what we find ourselves with. And here comes Callum Ara to make a move on Christian Lundgaard and is now up into P6, I think. If I'm not mistaken, it is P6, 4, 5. Yes, he's now up into P6. And now we in the MP Motorsport car head after Jack Aitken. And guys, like I said, I really managed to gel with the soft tires better than with the super softs. These softs maintain their grip exceptionally well. And as you guys see, that I made a move around the outside of the hairpin, around the outside of Aitken at the hairpin. That is unheard of at this track. And you can see it once again, we go side by side with Dan Tictum. Don't do a lap 4 incident, please, Tictum. We leave him the room on the inside. We take a very wide line through this next corner. We get the power down as early as possible. We will have DRS. We open up the rear wing. It's a drag race between the Dams and the MP Motorsport car. Tictum v Matsushita. Into the next spot. We will have the inside. Late braking now. We can't brake our front rim because Tictum is on the outside and he has to turn into the corner. But we squeeze him out and we take the lead of the the Abu Dhabi feature race. But only 2 laps later, like we knew, I had to come in for my second pit stop and strap on now a set of super soft tires. Now guys, I literally did quali lap after quali lap after quali lap until these softs said no more. So now I'm strapping on a set of super softs for the final 10 laps of this race, and I'm going to try and salvage something from this race. And the thing that I want to salvage is literally just to try and get as close to the top 10 as possible. I honestly don't think I'm going to get points, but if the opportunity is there, I will definitely try. 6.4 second pit stop, not too bad for an F2 pit stop. Now let's go underneath the tunnel here once again. I can do this pit X the whole time. And I realize I just talked over Jeff, guys. I do apologize for that. But we come out once again in P20, but only actually less than 3 seconds, 2.8 seconds behind Luca Giotto. So you guys can see, I literally caught up at more than a 20-second gap after the lap 4 incident with Tictum. And you can see, here we go on board with myself as we try and make a move on Luca Giotto. Will we do the same we did to Aitken around the outside of the hairpin? Yes, we do. Beautiful move. We've got the grip, we've got the tires, we've got the car underneath us, and that is us now up into P19 of this feature race. We head on towards literally the next lap, and we've already caught up to the rear end of Tictum's teammate Sean Galale, who is really not performing the way Dams would like him to perform, I am pretty sure. Here we go, at the end of the backstretch. The overspeed is insane. We actually try and dive back behind Galale, but he brakes super early. We re-emerge from out of his slipstream, and we get the move done, and that is now P18 for us on track. We now catch up to Roy Nassani, who had a beautiful battle earlier with his teammate Marina Sato. But I honestly think there's not much that Roy Nassani can do about me at this stage, guys. Once again, around the outside of Nassani, will we make the move stick? It's very close between the two of us, but we get the move done. Nassani on the outside, we on the inside. We will have DRS, and there's nothing that Nassani will be able to do about us now, because we are going to have the straight line speed advantage thanks to the DRS. That is now P17 as we chase after Marina Sato and Louis Delatraz. It takes about 2 laps for us to get up to the rear of Marina Sato. And guys, as soon as somebody is behind the person in front of them and they have DRS, it's extremely hard to overtake with these F2 cars. But I've got the I've got the grip advantages. I nearly run into the back of Delatraz when I'm really late onto the brakes. It's a clean move. Didn't touch either of them, but I had a little bit of a heart in my throat moment there. That was insane. We now have the rear view of Louis Delatraz as we now head into the triple chicane. You can see one now we jump on board with my POV, and the grip advantage is just so superior up the inside where we made the move on our teammate Dragovic, but this time it's a much cleaner move. Beautiful move up the inside of Louis Delatraz, and that is us now up into P15, chasing after the second Uni Virtuosi car of Guan Yu Zhou. You can see we head on board with Guan Yu Zhou, and we look behind us to ourselves. We are very close, but Zhou does have DRS off of the car in front of him, but we have the braking advantage into the corner. Zhou is a little bit startled there because he did not expect us at all, but that is a beautiful move up the inside of Guan Yu Zhou, and now we chase after the leading Carlin of Yuki Tsunoda. We also now quickly jump on board with the second Uni Virtuosi car of Callum Ilott as he is making a move on Robert Schwartzman for P5. Beautiful move there. That's for P4 actually. That is for P4. So Ilott is smelling a podium here. Ilott is now up into P4. And this guy is unfortunately the BWT HWA race lab car of Artem Markelov, where the engine has just set to here and no more. And Artem Markelov is out of the race. So we are now one position. I think it's now P13. And now we have to make a move on Yuki Tsunoda for P12 as Tsunoda locks up. And then we are forced to go around the outside. I nearly get a track extension warning there, but we had to take avoiding action there. Why is it with all these drivers struggling so much with lockups? I mean, Tictum, Dragovic, Tsunoda, all of these guys are struggling so much with lockups. That's why they don't have any front grip and why they're not pushing hard at all. So we go up the inside of Tsunoda, and that is us now up into P12. But guys, now we jump on to literally the end of the race because nothing happened at the front. Tictum was controlling this race so beautifully from Aitken in P2 and my teammate Dragovic in P3. Tictum is not the one who deserves to win this race. We all know that very well, but yet he is going to win the Abu Dhabi feature race. Jack Aitken will take a well-deserved P2 with my teammate Felipe Dragovic in P3, flying the flag for our team MP Motorsport. But that is your top three for the feature race. And guys, for the sprint race, we have got so much work to do. Callum Ilott P4, Robert Schwartzman P5, Christian Lundgaard P6, Lacey P7. It's a crazy top 8, but we come home in a disappointing P12.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Brilliant stuff from Dams today. What a superb victory. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Although the Formula 2 cars are all the same spec, the winner just looked better out there. It would have been a combination of getting those tires up to running temperature faster and driving to the condition on track. They made it look easy out there today.
And I can see our drivers making their way out now. It's been a sublime team performance, and it's the culmination of a lot of hard work. Dams are your winners today. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
I choose Callum Ilott, the English driver. He was so aggressive today. He made the difference just in that.
Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Look, I understand we can't be too salty, guys. We still maintain the lead in the drivers and the teams championships. But we all know, where you are sitting now watching this video, you know that I had the pace to win this race. I was clearly the fastest driver on track. We even had the fastest lap of the race till the end with a 1 minute 50.4. No other car was in the 1 minute 50s. But they gave the fastest lap point to Callum Ilott because he had the fastest lap within the top 10. So, well done to Callum Ilott. He had a fantastic race today, just missed out on the podium, didn't have enough laps to catch my teammate Dragovic, thank goodness. But guys, we have got a massive task ahead of us for the sprint race because it's basically going to be a all or nothing type of race, redemption or no redemption. One thing that I do want to do though, Dan Ticktum is starting in P8 due to him winning the feature race, and he will have reverse grid P8. I have to finish ahead of Tictum just to prove him a point. We are starting 4 positions behind him. I have to finish ahead of Dan Tictum. I'm not looking for a podium or anything super insane. All I want to do is I want to get points. So nothing less than P8. Whatever we get above P8, I will be satisfied with. But guys, this was an absolutely insane way for round 3. And like I told you guys the previous round, because I've been so dominant in the first 2 rounds, that doesn't prove anything. Anything can happen in Formula 2, and from one weekend to the next, because the cars are exactly the same, you can go from winning both races and having the most perfect weekend to this, not getting a single point in the feature race. I got pole, so I've got 4 points to my name for this weekend so far. Not looking too great, but guys, nevertheless, it was a fantastic race, especially our comeback to get P12. I'm still satisfied with that. Guys, please make sure to drop a like down below on the video. It's only going to take you a nifty 2 seconds. Make sure to go check out all the links in the description down below. Share this video or my channel with your friends. Tag me in the post or the story, and I will give you a shout out in a future video, as well as on my social medias. And if you haven't done it yet, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe down below. Don't forget to turn on notifications to never miss a future epic video like this. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the sprint race. It's time to redeem ourselves. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers!